Houston, hello. Glad to have you with us at NRG Stadium as we are set to find out who will walk away with the trophy as champion of the Tax Act Texas Bowl. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Boise State Broncos, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Wisconsin Badgers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. He's going to bring it out from deep. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. First down for this offense. Jet sweep to the receiver. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now, it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. Unloads it downfield. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Broncos. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Oh, he's going to take a chance. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The offense lining up for a first down play. Handoff to Jones. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on first down. The give to the back. Runs into a wall. They'll give him one out to the 8. I get it that the game is the primary thing about going to a bowl, but there's so many festivities surrounding it. Jesse, what do you remember about something you experienced?
There was a lot of pageantry when I think back to the bowl games I played in, and you have functions, you get to visit a brand new city, generally in warm weather, you get to meet the other team. There's some friendly competition. The biggest thing that stands out to me, though, was a street brawl against the Miami Hurricanes. Bourbon Street getting...
Got a lot of running room. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Quickly complete. Well, guys, bowl season is here. Always fun to get these non-traditional matchups that you don't see regularly. What do you guys remember about playing in a bowl?
I think you remember all the moments throughout the season and throughout your career, and then it's the last time that you ever get these group of individuals together. You say goodbye to so many people, and it's kind of bittersweet, but always fun, Jesse, to dance with your boys one last time. But another thing, too, I love the swag bags, personally. I love getting the gifts.
Yeah, I mean, to me, David, really, it was thinking about the tradition and history of these bowl games. I think that's one of the best things about college football. We're in an era today where bowl games don't matter as much as they did back when you and I played, but it was special to take the field with your guy.
It's a fumble. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
That looks like a really easy thing to do. Oh, the ball's just on the ground. Jump on it. That's an odd-shaped ball that bounces all kind of crazy ways. Great job by the defense covering that thing.
Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
That last completion sets them up on 2nd down. To the air, it's Nelson. Feeling some heat. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. A couple of yards shy of the 1st down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these 1st downs any way you can. Sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football's a game of inches. You just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped them out.
He's looking to throw it. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
And the Broncos are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Going downfield for the big play. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities in games to hit these type of big-time plays. When plays like that present themselves and receivers are open, as a quarterback, you have got to make that throw.
Now on second down. Looking to throw, it's Nelson. He's going to take off. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tug the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit.
Fast motion from the offense. Looking for room. It's Gaines. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Lets it fly. Makes the grab. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
Guys, how many first downs is that? Just on this drive alone. I mean, this defense allows 1 or 2 more drives like this. They're going to be gassed by the 3rd quarter.
Using the quick game. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Boise State.
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They took it 68 yards on that drive, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. Oh, he's going to go for the return. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Wisconsin's had a long list of great running backs, but those big fellas up front, that's a pipeline to pro football.
Unbelievable. Joe Thomas would be proud. Just paving the way, just physical. They always can block the run game so well.
He's going to fire deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd down, going up top. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting his protection.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Yeah, and the quarterback didn't have a chance. I mean, when you get to the QB that fast, Jesse, you're still processing information, for goodness sakes.
And you're getting to the sideline whenever this drive is over, and you're asking for help from your offensive coordinator. You're asking, hey, can we slide our offensive line and help out blocking this guy? Can I get a tight end to stay in and maybe get a chip on this dude? Because I'm not feeling too comfortable right now back there knowing that we're trying to only block him with one guy.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45.
And 3rd and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Boise State ready to send out that offense. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you wanted. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
To the air, it's Nelson. Throws for the tight end. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
Must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. Work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Wide open downfield. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. The Broncos are in the hurry-up.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. One thing I've noticed from talking to coaches about their approach to bowl games is how many of them use it as a springboard for next season. They try to focus on developing some of the new guys, maybe, that have joined them for the bowl. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
This is a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Pressure coming. Floating away. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll bring it back. It's Williams. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. The lead's not insurmountable, just down 14-0. But, David, you don't score here, and it could get a little tricky fast. And it's intercepted. A turnover from the defense. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Well, I can tell you having played the position, if you can't step into throws and you can't follow through, it obviously affects your accuracy. And I think the hit on the quarterback right there certainly contributed to that interception.
Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling...
Throws toward the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. I mean, you think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But they cover the ground and make the pick. A lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Fires to the big fella. He is not afraid to use that stiff arm as a weapon as he bangs his way to the 28.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Let's see what they do on 3rd down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
And the Badgers send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Nelson. A strike downfield. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. Wide out in motion. Red pass, it's complete. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Broncos will hustle to the line. From the red zone, looking for a man. Gets it out fast. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Here's first and goal, and they could go to the locker room with a huge cushion. They'll run the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. And the defense has got him there trying to pick up some yards. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Well, it was a great job of executing the option by the quarterback. He made the right decision holding on to it. He shows you his athleticism. It's going to be a big play. You've just got to finish it, though. And the defense, they never quit. You saw the effort getting to him and ripping the ball loose.
And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
That's caught. It's Williams. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Picked off. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
He lobs one high down the left side. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. The quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Moving out of the pocket. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Nothing but green ahead. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Here's the handoff. cut there. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Broncos will boot it away to start the second half. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. And they're trailing on the scoreboard right now, but they are very much in the mix to finish this season with a bowl win.
Yeah, and I think you look at bowl games, sometimes there's a little bit of rust in the first half. And that's what you talk about at halftime. Now, we get the ball, we're down. Let's go make a statement to start this second half. We're here, we're ready, we're going to do some damage.
Here's the thing. They're in this bowl game because they're explosive. It takes only one play. There's still lots of football left to be played. If they get this confidence going, they get into a rhythm, watch out.
The Badgers moving quickly to the line. Right back to the well. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll try the run. Powers through the defender. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Ball spotted right at midfield as they try to convert 3rd and short. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Finds a crease at the 20. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Badger!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Going for the return. Smashes ahead. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Boise State ready to send out that offense. They'll run it to the right. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know, the one thing you can say about this defense, they pursue the football. The first guy might miss, the second guy might miss, but there's going to be more and more hats flying to the ball carrier. You saw it on that play, getting the tackle for loss.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Wants to throw. It's Nelson. And this sophomore quarterback just put it out there a little too far.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He makes a catch. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is ready to give him a first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, the defense is going to sit back in zone. You know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
shakes off the tackle. He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. And the Broncos will have it 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Makes the grab on the left. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throwing catch. Wide receiver shows motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. He'll take a deep shot here. Touchdown, Broncos! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
That's a good-looking throw, and I know when we talk Wisconsin offense, we're always talking about running backs, but we've seen our fair share of QBs, too. Darren Bevel back in my day, Scott Tolzien had some success, and then, of course, Russell Wilson also. This guy right now in this game, he needs to get himself into a rhythm, and if he gets there, he's dangerous.
Listen, I would feed this guy. Listen, I can run RPOs all I want, but I just need to know if it's a tie, give it to this guy. He'll make plays. He's got speed. He'll hit the hole. He's a physical runner, so I keep feeding this guy for sure.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Looking to buy time. Trying to escape and get it himself. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. They'll try to power their way ahead. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
When you're around midfield, there's not really much of a choice. Go for it on 4th down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Pauley. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Looking for a man. It's Nelson. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Unloads quickly. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Broncos. And once he got loose, it was all over.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They're bringing heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure, it gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception.
And this guy's just never been able to get into a rhythm all game long. Whether it's been because of pressure or the defense disguising their coverages, he just doesn't seem right. And as a result, he's now thrown 3 picks in this game.
Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the 1st down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
For an offense, to make the wide receiver reverse work, you've got to have a lot of guys doing a good sell job. Running backs have to behave as if they're actually going to keep the football, and everybody else on offense has to be yelling out, run, to try to make the defense over-pursue. No Oscars being handed out on him.
They wrestle him down after he picks up 6 inside the 20 and down at the 18. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Tackled after picking up the 1st down.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
The defensive front had that one smelled out from the beginning, and the fullback went fully backward.
nowhere to go. That's a quick-hitting play. Till you get the ball to the fullback, you're trying to get him downhill to hit somebody fast. Nowhere to go.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's right on target. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Boise State.
Salt into her wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. The kickoff team out there getting set. And he's going to run it back. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is...
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. He's got it down the left. Then he breaks into the open. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. That's why they call them the hands team. It's loose. Well, the offense ought to go buy a lottery ticket because that ball somehow bounced right back to them. They'll keep it. Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys...
And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And I think if you're the head coach here, you've kind of got mixed reviews on your passing attack so far because, yes, you've thrown for a bunch of yards and you've thrown a couple touchdowns, but you've also given up 4 sacks now. Pass protection has not been great, even though they've got the lead in this game.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got his man. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. The Broncos will line it up on 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking downfield, it's Nelson. He wants it all. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
We still got time. Great job by the defense doing the most important thing, getting the ball back to their offense. Now the offense has to answer the bell. But good job creating the turnover. Now the offense, your turn.
Give to the running back. Tough run across the 5. He'll get it all the way out to the 8-yard line.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
The play action fake. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Looks as if the defense got it.
And it now feels like game over after coughing up the fumble. They were down. They needed something big to happen. They had to score touchdowns, but give this defense credit. They just finish. They're playing to the end of the game with great effort, creating a takeaway to ice this.
They run the reverse. No, he just flat ran over it. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season. Also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments and individual efforts, David. This is a year in college football I know I'll never forget.
Won't forget it. Loved working with you guys. Loved being in the booth. Loved covering these football games. I'll tell you what, a lot of excitement in college football surrounding the sport, man. Let's just keep loving it.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. The option look. Touchdown Broncos! And they add 6 more on the board with that trip to the house. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can get something to eat?
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive. And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like, they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football. They want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back. The next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day. And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. The guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed fourth down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this brief, David, if I were allowed to throw the push passes when I was playing quarterback.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos! And the route is on.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build on, David, that you're talking about.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. So that penalty will be declined, and the touchdown stands. They'll try to tack one more on their score. Right down the boulevard. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. Undeterred by this huge deficit in the last half minute, they'll line up for the onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defensive line stands on the result of the play. And the Badgers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. They'll run the screen. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. This is a 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. One more play to pad the stats. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. And the pass is incomplete. Looking for a little salve for the wound, but the ball game is over. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics,